Partitioned queries for large objects is a strategy to optimize SOQL queries when dealing with large datasets. This technique involves dividing a large query into smaller, more manageable parts or partitions to avoid hitting query row limits and improve overall query performance. Example scenario. Let's consider a scenario where you have a custom object named event__c that stores information about various events. As the number of records in the event__c object grows, querying all events in a single query might become resource-intensive and inefficient. Non-optimized query. In a non-optimized approach, querying all events in a single query may be impractical, especially when dealing with a large number of records. List event__c all events is equal to select ID, name, date__c from event__c, process all events. Optimized query with partitioned approach. To optimize the query for a large object, you can implement a partitioned approach by querying events in smaller batches or partitions. Integer batch size is equal to 1000. Set the batch size based on your requirements. List event__c all events is equal to new list event__c for integer I is equal to 0. I limits dot get limit rows I plus is equal to batch size. List event__c events partition is equal to select ID, name, date__c from event__c limit, batch size offset, I, all events dot add all, events partition. Process all events. In this example, batch size determines the number of records queried in each partition. The loop iterates over the partitions, querying a subset of records at a time and adding them to the all events list. The limit and offset clauses are used to specify the range of records to retrieve in each partition. Benefits of partitioned queries for large objects. Avoidance of query row limits. By breaking down the query into smaller partitions, you avoid hitting the query row limits imposed by Salesforce. Reduced impact on resources. Smaller queries are less resource-intensive, leading to better utilization of Salesforce resources. Improved query performance. Partitioned queries distribute the load and reduce the likelihood of timeout issues, resulting in improved query performance. Minimized impact on governor limits. Partitioned queries help in staying within Salesforce governor limits, such as the query rows and query time limits. Considerations and limitations. Optimal batch size. The optimal batch size may vary based on factors like the total number of records, complexity of the data, and Salesforce instance performance. Experiment and adjust as needed. Ordering and sorting. Be cautious when using order by or sorting operations in partitioned queries, as the offset might affect the order of records. Idempotent processing. Ensure that your processing logic is idempotent so that reprocessing a partition does not result in unintended side effects. Conclusion. Partitioned queries for large objects is a powerful technique to handle large datasets efficiently in Salesforce. It helps prevent hitting query limits, enhances query performance, and ensures more reliable processing of large volumes of data. Always test and profile your queries in the context of your Salesforce environment to determine the optimal batch size and partitioning strategy for your specific use case.